Moderation activity is now hidden. Got it. So now we're officially live. Oh my god.
We're live on book
Yeah.
coverage.
Our first ever live.
Welcome, guys. I'm posting on IG right now that we're live so everyone
Mhm.
can get over here and join us. But we're so excited. So we thought this week, instead of uploading, we would actually go live, and then we're gonna post this so you guys can watch the
So you
full
can actually
thing.
watch it through. So that's why we're actually talking immediately. There's like no one here right now. I just started.
But
And
that way it makes sense. They're here.
oh, there you go.
What's up?
Oh, well, hello.
Let me
So we are So we're going to do a live today, you guys. We're doing basically a live episode of the podcast in real time with you guys, just like chatting, chilling, instead of the normal way.
And we're doing a rapid fire today, so we left the notebook. I'll go grab it. Let me go grab it.
I'll say hello to
you
them.
entertain.
I will entertain.
I'm gonna get our notes.
I'm gonna titty bounce while you're shake that. Hey.
They kick us off.
They're like, why are you guys here? Hello. Welcome, Jumbo. So me and Laura, so we couldn't actually film this week. We got so literally caught up with work. It was actually crazy. So we couldn't film. So we're like, dude, let's just do a live instead. I was supposed to be going out of town. That's my pit. Laura, I found my pit. Remember, I was supposed to going out of town for a thing.
Oh my god,
It's a good pit. I'm not gonna say what it is, obviously, but the full fam. Oh my god, I'm so glad you guys are here. Sorry we're a little late, but we had some technical difficulties.
We literally had to contact Google to let us on because you had to be approved or something for 24 hours, and we were like, we need to go live in 10 minutes. And
our reps, Liz,
Alex,
we love you more than life itself.
We sure do.
So let's just get started. It's gonna be a rapid fire, y'all. We have to start with. We just had Chipotle. My breast was like, shh.
Are you still with Adam and Eve? Yes, he's dating Adam. I'm dating Eve.
You're gonna get distracted by this chat.
I know.
Need you to focus.
I know. Okay,
but we actually are when we're gonna leave the episode live. We're gonna keep the chat, like the live chat, going. So let's start off with peaks and pits. Obviously, that's what we do. Peaks and pits. I want to start with my pit because we were just talking about it.
Give it to us.
You guys, I was supposed to go to film a show. Like, I'm not gonna say anything like more too detailed. A TV show. I tell them everything. Don't start. I was supposed to go film a show. And I was super, super excited about it because it was a show I watched on a network that I watched. Like, I'm obsessed. Laura watched it too. And I was supposed to be a guest judge because a friend of mine is doing something with it. And it was like in the process of going, it was going to happen. It was going to be a full situation. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be a guest judge on this show. I'm so excited.
You're very excited.
It was about to happen. And they go, you know what? We're going to pull back and we're not going to have Manny on anymore because we want someone that's more of a professional in that field.
The crazy thing for me is
it's not Drag Race.
And it's not Drag Race. Imagine. I would
pass away.
I would literally fight someone.
You would fight someone for me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But the crazy thing is, like, your profession is artistry, and like the show is artistry. So I was like, such a missed opportunity in my opinion.
I think I would have been a good judge because I feel like I can be so camp and so fun, and like I can really put because the show itself. Can be a little dry at times. I love it. It's
very dry, but it's a good show.
It's a great show, but it can be a little dry. So I'm like, bitch, I would have brought it.
They just got a new host too to help with some of the dryness because, honey, it is dusty
and crusty.
There. It could be better because it's such a good show. They're missing out.
They missed out.
They're missing out.
So I'm kind of devastated, but and I was actually going to be going this week, so I would have been gone this week, which is why we didn't plan for the podcast on Tuesday.
So yes, he was going to be gone this week, so we didn't film, and so we were like, we have a genius idea. We'll film a live so we can chat with you guys, be here with you guys, and then we'll post it anyways.
Also, like, sometimes it's fun. Like, I like when I see clips of ours from the podcast when it's us two in it together.
Oh yeah.
And it's not like us separated. Like when it's us two, I'm like, I kind of like it when we're like in it together.
Right.
Together. So yeah, please tell me your pay or pit.
I will tell you. I'll just do both as a mixture.
Combination.
I already told Manny this story, so he'll just enjoy the ride.
Are you talking about the place? You guys, I'm gonna need us to all buckle up.
Buckle up.
Grab a snack. Gird your loins.
Clench
your pearls.
And clutch the pearls.
Give it to us.
Okay, so as you guys know, I went to, well, you may not know, but I went to Paris for fun, and we were there for a while. It was a great trip. So that's kind of my peak.
Oh, yes, totally.
The peak is
lovely.
Short. It was a lovely trip. I went with Ty, and we decided to not get a divorce. I'm just kidding.
And we are still together to this day.
Mm-hmm. But on the last night, we met up with some of our friends. They were like, do you guys want to go out and have some fun? I'm like, fuck yeah, always. So they took us out. They took us to Coco, which is this really cool restaurant outside the opera. And then you eat, and at night it turns into like a bar club. And
I'm just remembering the story. Go on. Let me stop.
So I'm like, girl, let me get turned up. Let me go ahead and get turned up in this Coco.
She got turned.
I got turned, y'all. They were giving out free shots, they had music. I was white girl dancing. Shit was getting wild. And before I knew it, I was drunk as a skunk.
Off her rocker.
I was off my rocker, y'all. I was so drunk, and I was like, my God. The thing is, I had ordered margaritas, but there they make them martinis. So it's pure liquor.
And I was saying martinis are actually when it's all alcohol and like a little mixed, like tossed spritz.
I'm talking a sprinkle. So they were making, and I'm just downing them like I would a regular margarita.
Do they taste good?
Delicious.
That's crazy. I've heard that martinis actually taste very
good. They're tricky.
Because they will trick you because you're like, oh, this tastes good, but you don't realize it's all alcohol.
Someone said, did you fall? Oh, it's so much
worse.
It's so much worse.
It's worse.
So I'm just having a good time. And I'm going to be honest, I would have probably never went to bed, but our friends we were with, they're like, okay. I think it was like 2 a.m. They're like, okay, we have to go. We have to go home. And I was like, yes. Oh my God, what are we doing? Like I snapped out of it. I'm like, yes, we got to go back. I was like, I have a flight in 4 hours, an 11-hour flight back to America in 4 hours. I was like, I got to go. So we go back to the hotel room, and I'm like, fuck, I'm really drunk right now. Literally peeing in the bushes kind of drunk. Worse.
No, I think you're past peeing in the bushes.
I would have pissed myself.
Laura sent me a video of her. And I told her literally like, yes, I'm like, do you remember the video you sent me? And she's like, I don't remember the video I sent you.
You guys, when I was out at the Coco drinking, I sent him a video, and I had no idea I sent him a video until I was editing the vlog, and I imported all of my footage for the trip, and that footage was there, and I'm watching the vlog, and I'm like, who am I talking to in this video? What am I saying?
It was me. You literally are fucking gone with the wind. You and Tyler, and you're like, Manny, we're out in Paris. I'm fucked up. And you pan to like James and his man. She's like, I found the gays, of course. Like as she should, and as she does.
Always.
The gays will flock to her, and she flocks to them.
That's right.
And I was just like, Laura's fucked. And then, it's literally like 3 p.m. for me. So I'm like, why is Laura fucked up at 3? And I'm like, oh my God, she's in Paris. And it's 3 a.m. for you.
I was living. Didn't even remember that I sent him that video. So it comes time for me to wake up 4 hours later for my flight, and I'm still drunk. Like I wake up and I'm like, fuck, like I am drunk right now. This is about to be bad because I got an 11-hour flight ahead of me. So we head to the airport. I would like to have a word with the head of the French.
The French embassy.
I need to call the French embassy and tell them what I think about their airport wait. Okay. Because we were like, what time should we get to the airport? To some of the locals. They were like 2 hours before your flight. So we got there 2.5 hours.
Just in case.
Because a little spooky. Because it's like an hour away from the city. Okay. With traffic. So we get there. And my drunkenness is slowly starting to wear off into the hangover phase. It's phase 2. So I'm like waiting in all these lines. You guys, it took us over 2.5 hours just to check a luggage and get through security. The plane was already boarding by the time we got there. That's how long. My God. In America, they will literally beat the shit out of you if you don't get your shit out of the bag and go through security. They're like, take your laptops out, take your shoes off, or we will arrest you and beat you to death.
And beat you to shit.
And I'm like, yes, let's do more of that.
Yes.
Let's
make it go a little faster.
They do not care, girl. They do not care. They will have you waiting there for 4.5 hours. And the crazy thing is 2.5 hours was getting through security. That's because we were business class. If we were regular class, hard 3.5 hours.
You would have missed your flight.
I would have missed the flight. I wouldn't have been on the plane. I wouldn't have made it home. Dead serious. So a little shocking there. And the whole time the hangover is setting in. Like I'm getting cold sweats. I'm getting sick. Shit ain't good. I'm like, Tyler, looking at Tyler. I'm like, I need food. I need water. We don't have any time at all to get snacks because, again, the plane was already boarding. So I get on the plane and I'm like, I don't feel right.
something don't feel right. You know what I really feel like? When I get to the airport, I always want to get there like 3.5 hours early because of this anxiety. Press 1 if you're the type of girl who needs to get to the airport early as hell because your anxiety will not let you get there too late.
Your anxiety.
Press 1 in the chat.
The only time I'll do 30 minutes before the flight is if it's domestic.
And that's only
in America.
That's the only time.
Look,
all the ones. I knew it. I was like, I felt that in my bones. I'm like, there's no way. I'm the only one. I'm like, everyone has to feel like.
That's why even me literally still being drunk, I was literally like, Tyler, because this is international. Like, I'm not flying out of Paris on the regular. Like, I don't know what I'm getting myself into.
Exactly.
So I knew to get there early. So we literally walked straight on the plane because it was already boarded. And when I sit down, I'm like, what could be wrong right now? Because I don't feel good.
What isn't wrong?
Is it that I was drunk 2 hours ago and I'm just now kicking into my hangover? Is that what's wrong with me? You guys. So then immediately I'm like, I have to shit. Like a tequila shit. Like,
which I actually don't know. I didn't know that was a thing.
Like,
I didn't know that you can get like the shits from drinking.
Yes.
And it's diarrhea?
I often get the shits if I drink too much. Yeah, my stomach the next day.
It's like just lava. It's bridesmaids.
So I wrecked the bathroom. I'm not going to lie. The plane hadn't even taken off. Like the plane was on the ground and I wrecked that bathroom. So it gets worse, guys. It gets worse. So then I sit back down in my seat and I'm like, golly, I'm still bad.
I just shit myself and I still feel like shit.
And I still feel like shit. I was like, damn. And then she's like, you want food? And I'm like, I do. I think I need to eat.
You need something in your stomach, in your system.
So when I tell you this woman puts raw fish, which I don't think you ever need to eat raw fish on a plane.
From a plane, it's even more scary.
That's spooky.
Raw fish in general is already a little like. Ooh.
I was shaking like cold sweat.
Yeah, you were already going through the gigs. Laura's having her own internal turbulence.
That was me.
No.
I feel like raw fish on a plane is the equivalent to gas station sushi.
Yeah,
like,
that's how I feel too. On a plane, you just can't trust it.
You're playing a game with God when you start to eat that shit, okay?
That's true.
I don't even eat fish. She sets that down in front of me, and I looked at it like, ooh. I was like, that's not good for me to see. So I pulled the little roll of bread. I'm like, maybe bread, okay? I'm like, maybe bread can help this blackout hangover. A little piece of bread will fix it all.
I mean, also like bread, like, because it does soak up. I hear that bread soaks up alcohol in your system.
Right. So I'm like, let me just reach over the fish and get the bread. And when I tell you, as soon as the bread touched my lips, I try to like bridesmaid it. You know, she had the M&M. Remember, it was an M&M. She was trying to eat.
She's like,
I'm not sick.
I'm actually very hungry.
That was me. I'm actually starving. That was literally me. And when I tell you, as soon as the bread started to go down, I literally on the plane go like this. And I was puking everywhere.
In the seat.
I was puking all over my sweatshirt. I go to the bathroom. Thank God no one was in the bathroom. Puked everywhere. Not only did I blow up the toilet, I then had to insert my head into the toilet that I just blew up on a public airplane and just puked everywhere for a while. It was a long puke. Oh, yeah. And keep in mind, I have an 11-hour flight ahead of me.
And that was just the beginning of the
flight.
That
was just the beginning of the flight. Okay. That was just when we took off. That was the start of the flight. So.
I get so motion sick, and I know you do too. And that's like one of our biggest like gripes that we share together is the motion sickness.
Dude, yes.
You rocked that bathroom, Laura.
I destroyed that bathroom on levels. There were levels. Okay. Where was Tyler? I like get up from my seat so abruptly because I'm puking everywhere. And he just looks at me like, what the fuck
is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
My only thing I did say is, you know how airplane bathrooms are? There's normally a line.
Oh.
There was no one in this bathroom. And that's why I was so grateful, because can you imagine if someone was in there? I would have been just puking, literally spraying all over the plane.
You would have sprayed on, you would have literally threw up on the carpet on the fucking the aisles. Thing.
It would have been, you guys, this shit was crazy. And so I come out of the bathroom like I had seen God. I was in that toilet like, dear God, I will never drink again if you get me through this.
We have all had those moments. I've been like on the toilet where I'm like, God, I'll never curse again. I'll never even kiss a boy again. Like I've done like, you make promises that you know you can't keep.
You know you can't. I said, please, Jesus,
please help me.
Please take the wheel. If you've ever taken the wheel. I puked all over my clothes. It was horrible. So I went back to my seat after that, and I did not eat. I threw up everything, by the way. I threw up the dinner the night before. All the margaritas came back up. And
you shit it out too.
I shit it out too. I was running on empty. And I did the smartest thing. I then was like, you know what? I'm going to take a Dramamine because those cure nausea.
Yes.
And they make you tired.
Yeah.
So this is why I took a Dramamine. I went to sleep for 10 hours. Okay. I'm talking about not even waking up once. I went to sleep for 10 hours. And then I came home when we landed, and then I slept for 12 hours. So I slept for 22 hours, and then I woke up and went to Karen's wedding shower. Yep. And everybody was like, are you drinking at the shower? And I was like,
don't look at me.
I literally just saw God on the back of a plane.
In the toilet, actually. When your face was in the toilet and that reflection.
And the doo-doo streaks that were mine from earlier.
Not your fucking shit streaks.
My own shit streaks. In the toilet. I couldn't even be mad because I was like, Laura, you did this. These are your
that's my biggest nightmare. You know that, right? That's my biggest nightmare. Hi, Tyler.
Hello, y'all. I'll come back and say hello in a second.
Okay, T. That'd be my 13th reason.
That was my 13th reason.
Like the idea of not only like, I don't even like to shit in public, mind you, but shitting on a plane or throwing up on a plane or anything like that with a plane when it's so enclosed. It's so enclosed. Like you come out of there, everyone's like,
literally.
What were you doing there for so long? And I'm like, I was shitting.
That was literally
the fuck you mean? I had diarrhea. I used to get so anxious on the plane. I'm not even kidding. Like I would get so anxious. I would have to take Xanax to fly sometimes. So I was so shook, and I literally would have an anxiety attack, and I would shit myself. Not shit like myself.
But anxiety will give you.
Anxiety shits will get you. So I would go into the bathroom, and I would get diarrhea.
Y'all, one time we were going to the Cannes Film Festival.
Wow.
And we all had to share. I'm going to get them. I'm about to get
Laura.
them together real quick, y'all. So one time we got invited. We were in the south of France. Why does this always happen in France?
I'm going to France, y'all. All the bridesmaids references, I can't. It's France.
It's France. So we're all in a shared hotel room, in one hotel room. So there's one bathroom, and he gets the anxiety shits and blows that toilet up. And I'm telling you, when the door to the bathroom opened, people were running.
Like, whoa! And I'm like, because the anxiety shits don't smell normal. There is something from the devil.
I'm telling you, people were running.
They were running for the fucking hills, y'all. And I came out like this.
I was like, he has anxiety, everyone.
I have anxiety.
He has anxiety.
I have the anxiety shits right now. I don't know what to do.
Yes.
Because that's a different kind. That shit is different.
It hits different, but it's kind of like a vodka shit.
I'm assuming it's like that.
Oh my god.
You guys, I literally cleared the room.
He
cleared. Well, I said, where's the fucking poopery in here?
I mean, people were running.
Really shitting in the street. That was literally.
It smelled like gasoline.
If you lit a match in that bathroom, the whole thing would have gone in flames.
The whole thing would have singed.
My lashes would have came off.
Literally.
What the fuck?
Honey, the lashes were curled up.
I need a colon cleanse. Someone said I do need colon cleanse, I think. What are they called when you put the tube up your asshole and they like
that is
a colonoscopy? Colonic.
Is that a colonic?
Is it a colonic? Do you know what's funny about doing a live when like we have questions or like is that?
And then they can
Is it that? You guys should actually
enema.
answer.
It's
an enema.
It's an enema.
See, that's kind of fun. Like the fact that you guys can tell us in person. Colonoscopy, enema, colonoscopy, enema. It's an enema.
They knew.
It's enema. But that's trauma, Laura.
It was a trauma for me. So now what I'm going to do, if I ever want to black out in another country, I'm not going to do it 4 hours before my flight.
I think that's
kind
a
of
good idea.
The plan now.
So when you have another 11-hour flight, you're not going to black out.
I'm not before the flight. Maybe a day before.
During?
On and during, sure. Because we can handle it.
With the Dramamine.
With the Dramamine. I did take some shots at Karen's party.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't even tell me that.
I took 3.
Are you? And were you well?
No. I didn't even feel the drunkenness because my body was like.
You were convulsing.
My body was like, please stop. It was literally like, can you please
What are you doing to me right now?
Like, what is wrong with you?
But you know, I also hear that when you're feeling hungover, people sometimes will drink.
If you drink, it gets better.
And to not, I'm like, is it your body like craving? I don't get it. Like I hear that. What's it called? The drink. There's like people will drink this in the morning, like on Sunday mornings. It's not. Has like tomato juice in it.
A Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary. Mm-hmm. People say a Bloody Mary will literally cure their hangovers.
Oh yes.
And I don't get it.
Yes. Or
why?
You can like chug a beer or something. I think because it gets you back drunk again. So that way. Yeah.
I don't that.
Know. I don't know all the rules. What's your peak?
My peak. My peak is that I have a potential launch next week.
A potential?
Yeah, so I'm saying it's potential because it's like it arrived at the port.
Okay.
It arrived at the port, like it's here. It just needs to get to the warehouse.
Oh, yes.
So I'm working on trying to, make sure everything gets there by Friday so I can actually launch the products I want to launch and this fucking thing.
Okay.
I want to launch it. I want it to be great, but I don't want to launch it when it's not there.
Yeah.
That's like one of my biggest pet peeves is like when you have to wait too long for a launch to come in.
Yeah.
It really pisses me off. So right now we're at this like thing where I'm hoping that we can actually get it in. And because it arrived slightly early, we're like, okay, maybe like that could be getting there. So that would be a peak. It's like, if we can launch it by Friday in 1 week on the 12th.
It's like a bunch of different SKUs.
That's why, because it's a lot of SKUs.
It's a big launch. I cannot wait.
A lot of SKUs for me. Like this is like the biggest launch I've had when SKU number wise. It's like 2 products, but it's a lot of SKUs per. You know what I mean? So I'm excited for it. I'm so nervous for us to get it in, but I think that it's going to be great. I've given Laura things from it. I'm like, I want you to try it and see what you think. And I force her to try things for me.
And I love it. I have them right here.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is a pit right here. That's turned into a peak.
It turned into a peak.
Remember when you had...
After Tyler fixed it. Look, I have it. In here, right in there.
What bronzer am I wearing?
That's been asked many times, so I feel like we need
to answer.
Yeah, you should answer.
The bronzer that I'm wearing the cream bronzer from LYS.
Okay,
the cream stick.
Yep, love that.
And then I have it set with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish.
Gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
A gorgeous
to kind of still give me that like skin-like, but it looks bronzy.
Someone said that they felt like London wasn't my vibe, and they are actually correct.
Do you mean London's not your vibe in general, in every capacity, or on this trip that you just had?
No, in every capacity. You know what? London's just like, it's like New York.
It is. So it literally is with accents.
Is New York with accents.
And pretty.
Yeah, and it's
like
beautiful.
The structure is like cool looking.
Like I would say it's prettier than New York, and I would also say it's cleaner than New York. But you know what? I just like to live in a fairy tale land, and that's what Paris gives me.
It's fairy tale.
It's fairy tale.
Fantasy.
And Ty also said, he doesn't. I love London, and that's why I don't say this because we have Londoners in the house. Listen, you guys can hate on California or Alabama all you want. It doesn't have to be your vibe because it's not even my vibe sometimes.
LA is sometimes not our vibe
not even
whatsoever.
My vibe sometimes. So I don't want to upset anyone that's a Londoner, but it's just like a really fucking long way to travel for something very similar to New York. Also, I mean, you guys have to admit the weather. Come on.
So the thing I think that's hard about London, I think that was probably one of my biggest struggles because I was in London last year when I went to Glow Up. I've been to so many times, but the most recent one, the weather was like so freakishly cold.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is coming through my nipples.
Yeah.
It was piercing my skin. I felt it like to my bones.
It was bitter. It
was a hard cold.
And Paris was so warm and sunny and beautiful.
Which I didn't expect that. Like I thought if it was cold in London, it would be cold in Paris too.
It wasn't. It was so warm. I had to lose the jacket. And then when I went to London, I had to go buy clothes because I checked the temp and it was like the high was in the 60s. So I was like, okay, that's not too bad. I'll bring some jackets. But it was freezing.
A frozen tundra.
It dropped. The weather just kept dropping. I was like, damn. So,
I like London. I do. I really do enjoy it. And every time I've gone, I've had a great time. But I think going for fun is a completely different experience.
Like I don't typically go to New York for fun. Never.
I've gone one time for fun, and it was for Pride.
It's a work thing.
Mm-hmm. It's usually like a work thing. So I feel like if I would have gone to be able to experience it myself in a different way, I think I would have liked it in a different way.
Yeah.
Because the times I've gone, it's been balls to the wall every single time.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's madness.
It's madness. So yeah, I agree. I could not agree more.
All right, let's jump in to our.
You guys.
He don't even know how to read.
I can't write either.
He don't know how to write. He don't know how to write.
We have topics, hot topics. How you do? Oh, we literally have topics here, you guys. It's so cool. I feel like this is literally the podcast at the podcast space, but in your room with a piece of paper.
And I love that. I feel like, we'll see how this goes, but I feel like we could do a couple of these a year,
Why not? If you guys like it, let us know. If you guys are enjoying the live vibe.
I feel like I think
it's fun. Mm-hmm. Especially like the thing is like sometimes me and Laura will literally kill ourselves for like the podcast and for content and for work. And like, we're like, sometimes we just like can't. Like sometimes we literally can't. So it's like, this might be a really great way to like still be able to have something.
Have an episode.
But if we can't get that like filming done, because that's hard. Like that is hard sometimes to do it. Then I'm like, oh, maybe we can do a live.
I agree.
And it's like a casual way of doing it too.
And it's fun to like get to pause on the pre-film content and get to interact with you guys a little bit. Live. Yeah, it makes it fun.
And it's like fun, like getting to literally see you guys. I mean, like we can't like the comments come like kind of fast, so we can't like read them necessarily as well. But it's fun to be able to have that.
I'm seeing a lot on the side to talk about the Tarte trip drama. And me and Manny kind of talked about why we want to lay off. Okay, there's a couple reasons we want to lay off the Tarte stuff. Because one, Tarte loves it. I'm just kidding. But no, it's like the more there's always drama surrounding every Tarte trip ever. Even back in the 100 years ago, before AD, whenever we would go.
Yes. There was always drama happening on the Tarte trips. It's not like a completely.
So it's starting to give, I don't know. It gives them so much press. It's unreal.
No, it's crazy. It's like actually wild. And it's like.
And we weren't there. So it's kind of like interesting because last time when we talked about it, we had Monet who was there.
Yes.
And so we weren't there. So it's kind of like a thing that we're just gossiping about at that point.
Totally. And the thing is like, so I did a TikTok and I was talking about the Tarte situation and I was just kind of like I think for us, it's a different perspective, right? Because we've been on Tarte trips and I want to give incentive to people, not even incentive. I want to just give feedback to creators whenever things like kind of happen. Cause I'm like, if you guys just treat it like it's a business trip and not just a for fun trip, things like this wouldn't really happen.
Yeah.
You wouldn't feel like so personally connected to the brand or people. It's like, babe, it's a work trip.
And, it's a free trip to Turks and Caicos.
So it's a little like,
it's a sticky area. Because
all around
there are
sticky.
people out there who can't buy groceries for their children and they can't pay their rent. So it's hard for us to, I don't know, like it's a free fucking trip. You know what I mean?
No, it's like, how do you?
It's free.
It's free. And the thing is, like, I and Laura can be like so understanding of creators and their feelings because we've been there.
Maybe we crawled so they could be on these trips and run.
Honey, we've been there.
We helped invent the influencer.
And the thing is, it is hard because it's so natural to compare. It's very natural. And the thing is, once you stop comparing and once you realize what it actually is, which is a work trip.
It's business.
It's business. That all like kind of goes away. Like you don't really feel like that interpersonal anger or like that, like, well, why didn't I get that? Because they got that. It's like
Daniel's talking shit in here.
What's Daniel saying? Hold on. Daniel, wait.
Right here.
It's a free. It's free. It's for if it's free, it's for me.
If it's free.
So that's kind of what we really all have to say about it. I'm like, at the end of the day, you just have to remember that. All influencers that they're doing that, if they see that, just remember it's a work trip. It's not for fun trip. It is fun, but it's for work. And they're bringing you for a reason.
They're bringing you for a reason.
You're an asset.
You're an asset to them. It's a job.
And it's also a privilege to go.
It is such a privilege. At the end of the day,
it is a privilege.
It is such a privilege.
They don't have to invite you. They don't have to ask you to go. And so it is a privilege to be invited. And even if you might have, not as great of experience as someone else, it's still a privilege to go. And brands see you as an asset and someone that is valuable. Like you have to remember that. There's value. Everyone that's there has value.
Yep. Everyone that's there has value. You're all valuable. If you're there, the brand sees you as value. And not only that, we and Manny were at an event last night. We had several smaller creators come up to us feeling different types of ways about
all them being like, are y'all gonna talk about Tarp?
Literally, everyone. Like, y'all need to talk about it. But we're like, we weren't there.
We already talked about it too.
They were like, they could literally put me in a dumpster on Turks and Caicos, and I would be so grateful for a brand to even notice me. You know, so it is levels of perspective. There's levels,
of course,
of perspective to it.
I think at the end of the day, just if you're an influencer that feels slighted by it, just remember that it is a business and they're doing things because they're doing what's best for their business. And for you, don't feel as personally attacked by it or feel personally slighted because it's not a personal thing as much.
Yes,
it is really like they see you as an asset. They see you as someone who can benefit their brand in short term and in long term.
You're there to sell their product.
At the end of the day,
that's what you're there
a brand
for.
Trip's about.
You're there to sell their product. So
that's just tea. And that's just kind of the tea.
And that is
and that's the end. Everyone's literally like, yeah. Like, from like what I saw, like slightly, it's like, yeah, it's giving like
Trevor, what's
Trevor?
up?
I love turkey and croissants.
I love turkey and croissants.
I love Trevor.
Too. I love Trevor
He's
too.
like the sweetest fucking
I've
angel.
also enjoyed Trevor blossoming on TikTok as education. I do enjoy
I literally
that,
love him. If he was 10 years older.
Don't.
I'm just saying.
He's lovely.
He's lovely.
Okay, let's jump in. Okay, so that was our little spill on Tart. Like we hear where you're coming from with the complaints and the drama. Like we hear you, we see you. It's a business trip. It's
work.
Trip.
It's a free work trip. You have to remember that.
And I always try to, think of that whenever you're speaking to an audience who are working their ass off for crumbs. So
this is where I but remind you, we've been doing this for so long.
That's true. That's true.
We get it. And I think that because we have been doing it for so long, we've just had so many perspectives. Some of these creators, and this is why I think it is smart to actually have conversations like this, because some of these creators are so new to it and they think like they're attacking me. The brand's attacking me. They don't like me.
They do.
But it's not that.
It's not that.
And I think that's what's important is like for them to remember. I'm like, no, like they value a lot. They would have never invited you if they didn't value you. It's just it's a work thing.
Right. I too on trips, like at some point I was not
Laura,
the biggest on trips, and both
100%. And I felt slighted.
And I have felt so slighted, but at the end of the day, we were both like, well, this is fucking business and we're here.
I'm gonna get my work done and I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna get my motherfucking
I'm gonna get my check.
And I'm gonna get my check and I'm gonna get my drink, and then I'll see y'all on the next trip.
Yeah, have fun. That's literally it. That's just the truth.
That's just the truth.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about Met Gala. What do you guys think?
Okay, so I actually enjoyed this year's theme. Doink. Is it gray?
It was an eyebrow, but it was loose.
Lord, you know I dyed my grays on the side a little bit.
No,
I did. They're not. Like,
Wait,
it's been like
it's
been like a week. The amount of comments, I was like, "Why isn't Laura doing that with you?" And I'm like, "She's in Paris."
I agree.
You
should have.
Laura was.
You should have waited.
You're like, actually, yeah. Why the fuck did you do that shit with me?
Right?
God damn it! Because you're a professional. You know.
I am a professional hair dyer.
But I dyed the sides a little bit just to kind of take away some of the grays, like a week ago, and they just look like more.
They're gone.
Natural. I kind of like it.
Someone said Met Gala gives me Hunger Games vibes, and I cannot help but to agree with you.
Wait, what the people that are at the Capitol?
The Capitol people, it does. And then you have all the people who aren't there, regular people watching and like seeing. It's like listen, Hunger Games was definitely inspired off of something.
It came from somewhere. It came from somewhere. The reason I liked it, because I actually did feel like there was a lot of outfits that looked great.
Yeah.
Like there were a lot of outfits I was like, dang, like they not only did follow the theme pretty well, they look beautiful.
It's
and
just
amazing
something about only the elite gets invited to get dressed by the elite designers.
Double elite.
It's elitist.
It is elitist in a way. It really is. But the thing is, everyone eats it up, and that's why they do it.
That's why they do it.
It's almost like, are we not feeding into the elitistness of it? Because for me, I know that I enjoy watching the Met Gala, and I like to see who's going, and I like to see what they're wearing. So I feel like I'm kind of part of that in a way.
Yeah. Tyler, what did you think?
What did you think of the Met?
Y'all know it ain't a full Friday without Tyler in the house.
Without Tyler.
What
do you think of the Met?
I don't
think.
I don't really pay attention.
You don't have a cell in that head.
No. It's all dedicated to golf up here.
Yeah.
No, and the basketball. You're watching. I saw.
Oh yeah.
Why are you
Watching
watching
playoffs.
basketball? Oh, playoffs.
Because he's sick, Lori.
He is.
Sick in the head.
Because you're sick. Watch Drag Race instead.
Yeah.
I agree.
Watch Drag Race instead.
I watch it from time to time with Laura.
That's true.
He does.
And you do. You understand. You can kiki. And you know the terms.
I can kiki with the best.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, this is a household of knowledge. And A for alliance.
And allies.
They're allies here, y'all.
Allies.
We have 2 allies.
Tyler Gyllenhaal.
Oh my God, no, it's giving with the hair.
Or okay, we're getting Gyllenhaal.
Wait, what? American Psycho, kinda.
Oh,
you know when he slicks oh my God, because you're fucking that for Halloween. That's what reminded me of. It's a slicked like dude.
We also get G-Eazy occasionally with the slick back hair. Mm-hmm.
G-Eazy, I like that. G-Eazy and Eva Longoria or what?
In my delusion. I only
Daniel, look, why am I watching responding like I'm there?
Daniel pops up in the
He's
background.
like, yeah. Daniel was like,
hey, how y'all doing?
That is hilarious. I see G-Eazy. I do see G-Eazy.
I'll take that. I like that.
So you didn't watch the Met Gala at all?
No.
We're talking about the theme and how people, I feel like a lot of people did meet the theme of Karl Lagerfeld.
Like, what was the theme?
Karl Lagerfeld.
Who was like, he worked for a lot of different brands, but like Chanel. I feel like was his main like bread and butter.
Yeah. And he passed away, so they wanted to do
like an honor
of him.
Gotcha.
It was lovely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give me some of this shit. My lips feeling dry.
How are we like in full coverage live?
Honestly, it's kind of lovely.
In full coverage live.
Can I say it's lovely?
I think it's lovely. For me. Yeah, he doesn't have to do anything.
You know what? We're never doing live again, just to make Tyler work.
Just so Tyler has to work.
No, I think it's really fun. I hope you guys like it.
One thing about the Met Gala that I thought was just so funny is how I definitely think on purpose, they teased that the Kardashians, Kim would not be invited back.
She's not coming.
And everybody's like, haha, that's what she gets for divorcing Easy.
Oh my God, you're so right. That's why. I couldn't remember what the reason was people were saying that. And it was because like, oh, well, Kanye like owns the fashion industry.
Kanye.
They
were like, Kanye owns the fashion industry, so that's why she's not invited back. Ha 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 ha. And Kim's like this.
Hold my pearls, literally.
Literally, Kim's like, just wait. And I love that she didn't address any of the drama. She didn't address if she was or was not invited.
She just showed up.
And
Kylie and Kendall too. Everyone was saying they were all not invited.
She said, anyways. Yeah, literally, Kris Jenner probably made the room rough.
Honestly, Chris is actually the one that sent it over to E! News.
It's so smart.
All right. Enjoy lunch.
All right, bye, dear.
We love you.
See y'all later.
We'll see you later.
G-Eazy out.
I want you to start rapping.
All right, I got
you. No, I feel like they like, and honestly, like doing the gag too. I thought they all looked amazing.
Yeah, they all did a really
good job.
I liked Kendall's. People was like,
I did too. It was
on and off. I love the shoes. She was 7'2", right?
No.
They said she was 7'2" on the carpet with those shoes.
Or like 6'7" or something like that.
No, because she's already she's over 6 foot already.
So she was wearing 12-inch.
Yes, and all the girls. Who was it that dressed her, guys?
No.
Who was it? All the girls had the shoes on. Paris did. They all.
Which I loved. I love that they were wearing those like platform huge shoes.
So I loved it. It just made, yeah.
By the way, you guys, yes, this video will be saved as like a regular video. Like we're gonna just keep it on the channel, so you guys are able to watch back and like watch the live back, see everything in case you guys do want to like. Watch.
What do you think about Doja Cat?
Big heart for me. Is it tiny heart for you? I liked it because Doja like doesn't really take anything seriously.
Yeah.
And I think that it kind of feeds into like the elitistness of the Met, where it's like even that's like the biggest fashion thing in the world that's supposed to be taken super seriously. The fact that she like went into it in a very camp, not so serious way, I feel like it kind of lessens the like intensity of the Met.
I agree, and I also think Doja, because there was a lot of drama because she hit her vape. Meow.
Yeah, she was meow.
It was so funny.
I thought that was so funny.
And I loved it because the thing is, there was a lot of drama between her hitting her vape behind Emma Chamberlain interviewing. But the thing is, for Doja, I think if they got onto her, kicked her out, I don't think she would give a fuck. As a matter of fact, I don't even think she cares that she's there.
I don't think so either. I love that she like made that her people like have umbrellas around her when she was walking through because she didn't want to be like spotted outside the hotel.
Yeah.
And it's like when the people are like yelling at her like, what the fuck, Doja? What the hell? They're mad. She goes like this.
Literally underneath the umbrella.
And I screamed.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
Doesn't give a fuck.
And I think that's so, my kind of person.
I like that. Like, I like that vibe. And I think that I've always thought that she was like such a my kind of girl's girl. Because I do love that she just doesn't really take things too seriously in a very like serious world.
In a very serious world, it's not that deep.
It's not that deep. And I think that if people like took after her in some capacity that didn't take things as seriously, it's like, that'd be kind of like fun. It's like Jared Leto being a big old cat.
She takes the air out of the Met Gala. Yeah, Jared Leto. I love Jared Leto's outfit.
I loved it. It was camp. He was a furry.
Yeah.
It was literally a freaking furry. And I was like, I enjoy like the idea of doing something fun in camp with something that's very like serious.
It kind of feels like they have nothing to prove.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And it was Doja's first one.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that's amazing. I'm glad that she went as a cat.
I'm kind of surprised it's her first one.
I'm shocked.
Do you guys think it's interesting that Haley and Justin didn't go this year?
Oh my god, no, I forgot.
Mm-hmm. Nor did Selena.
They always go.
Yeah, they always go.
Because I always remember because Haley always looks the same. Not in a bad way.
I thought you were about to say stunning.
She does.
And you go, the same?
She looks stunning.
Okay.
But she does look like the same to me, like all the time. Because she knows like what looks good on her. Like she like likes what that looks like. So I'm like, oh yeah, like I was expecting to see her like her beautiful like black like retired gown.
Her black gown.
I'm surprised. She didn't
go. I am too. I'm surprised she didn't go. I'm not gonna lie. I think honestly, maybe I'm like so off, and maybe like she don't even give a fuck about it. But I would assume the drama had something to do with it this year.
100%. I feel like because like Selena not being there either.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you think that Anna Wintour was like, nah, they can't come?
I feel like Anna Wintour would let them come.
Me too.
I do. I think they would. I think it was just like a move where they were just like, not this year. They're just like, not this year.
So curious. Do you like Road Skin? I saw someone like, what do you think of Road Skin?
I've only have one product. Actually, I have 2 products from them. And yeah, I mean.
I like the lip treatment.
The moisturizer moisturizes.
And that's about it. It's like, I don't even know what else like to say. It's like, I like the lip treatment.
It's not like bad. You
know
what I mean?
It's not like revolutionary.
No.
But it's not bad at all.
It's a cute little skincare line.
I like the fluid because it's so thin, but it does give me a nice little glow. I do like that. I have
not tried that.
It's pretty. Like, that's nice.
Selena did not
She did go?
No, I think that was Photoshop. That was a Photoshop of her there that they put on Twitter.
It was the AI Photoshopping.
Yeah, it was the AI.
Did you see? I've seen some of the AI Photoshopping that they did, like to make it seem like these people were there, and it's like, diva. They weren't there. But it made it look like they really were there.
Yeah, they did that with Selena.
That's scary.
Yep, they made it look like she was
Keep
there.
An eye out for Selena.
I liked Kim's look. The corset, I was like, of course.
The corset?
Because she had a corset in the middle of the with it. So I was like, of course, because the waist. But
for sure.
That was like predictable, I would say. But the rest of the outfit, I loved
the dripping pearls.
I loved the dripping, and I loved the sleeves. The sleeves was my favorite part. The ruched billowed out sleeves.
Beautiful.
It was insane. Like it looks so good.
Do you know what gets me together every single Met Gala is when I feel like the outfit and could be so sickening, but it's the glam in the hair that gets me like.
Yeah, a lot of hair was bad. And it's like that every year. Nicole Kidman's hair was the worst. It looked like mine right now.
Yours right now looks better than that.
Like honestly, it's like she didn't even kind of get her hair done.
Don't put that on you. Don't you ever put that shit on you like that.
The way I'm judging Nicole Kidman's hair, but
it's like it was so like flat.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I will say, I think Sydney Sweeney had the best hair.
With the fucking bow.
And it was like the way they teased it. And it looked like it was blowing in the wind, but it was just like still.
It was still.
It was like
movement.
I don't know what they did to her hair.
I like to move.
The hair was right.
It was right. It was
the
completely
outfit,
correct.
Everything.
It was correct. But yeah, overall, it was like I enjoy watching the Met Gala every year. I think it's fun.
It's fun, but and I was discussing this on a TikTok live. I was talking about how I like the Met Gala, but the problem with TikTok is you have to fucking for an entire night and the next 3 days. That's all your timeline is. And I'm like, I don't care about it that much. You know, exactly. I like the Met Gala. I'm like, literally, let me just get a gander at the looks. And then I'm good.
And you continue
chilling. And then that's it. But for TikTok, it's like you have to watch the content of it for 4 fucking days.
I know.
And I'm like, oh my God, I don't even care.
Do you know who his outfit and hair and makeup I loved?
Who?
Anne Hathaway.
Oh yeah, she did right.
She did it right.
Does, but she did it right.
She's just a glam girl. And
she
I love
did it right.
Her outfit was stun. Her face was stun. Her hair was stun.
You know, she doesn't go out often, but when she does,
she goes out.
She goes out right.
And she steps out.
She did a really good job.
I love it. She was amazing. I loved her.
Amazing. She looked amazing.
Topic.
Okay. Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. Ooh.
What do you guys think is the real tea?
There's some drama going on there.
So, like, what do you think is going on? I feel like there's definitely a little canoodle.
Well, Glenn Powell's fiance, you know, they broke up and she's been spilling as much as she can, I guess, on social media about how she deserves better. But the thing is, Sydney Sweeney is still with her fiance.
Oh, they're still together?
Yeah, it came out that they were on a date night the other day, so it kind of ex-nayed all the rumors.
Wait, do you think, what if it's for press?
It could be for
press.
What
if the whole thing, and like, what if the girlfriend's like in on it the entire time? She's like, like,
I think Glenn and his girlfriend are for sure broken up. Oh,
you think?
Yeah, I think that they just threw the Sydney Sweeney and her fiance in the mix because the only proof that they had was that paparazzi got him carrying his luggage out. I'm like, that does not mean they broke up at all.
Wait, I'm so, but like honestly, like
he could have been going on a trip
somewhere. Literally. But honestly, like when you look at Glenn and Sydney together, they look like Barbie and Ken.
Christ.
They're like the hottest freaking couple. It shakes me. It really, like, honestly, like I would pay to watch them. Is that bad to say?
Literally.
I would pay.
Yeah.
I would pay.
Well, you will because they're in a movie together.
And I'll pay for it.
And that's what Hollywood does. They find couples
that are hot as hell.
Like they're just so good together, and then they put them in a movie together.
Like
that's Hollywood, so baby.
Fine. She's fine. I'm not into girls.
Yeah.
But like I would watch.
She is.
I think that they would be a very hot couple, but I'm sad like that Glenn and his ex are no longer together.
That Glenn's not hot. I think Glenn's hot.
And I think
he's very hot.
In Top Gun, I thought he was really hot. That's what made me gird my loins personally.
In Top Gun, Glenn got me together.
He got me together. I had a snail trail.
Yep. And here's the crazy thing. So it was like Sydney and him had really strong chemistry doing the press for the movie. Yes. So that's like rumor started. And then Glenn's fiance started coming out with that she deserved better. They had clearly broken up. So obviously it went crazy, which was all very interesting. But
someone said in the chat that we're hotter.
No, I ain't gonna lie. No, I ain't gonna go.
No, why y'all gonna do that? Why you guys gonna lie to us like that?
Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Up, dude.
At what part?
There was like
think that. See, you know what's funny about doing a live? We can't pause. Like we can't.
This is me. I'm like, cut this out. I'm thinking for 30 minutes.
Daniel said it's a risk you take while spending 3 months together. See, and the thing is, okay.
Daniel wouldn't know. Daniel would know.
Daniel would know. They're gonna know. Okay, question. If you were an actor, be real. Okay, you have a partner. Like, let's just say, like, you're completely different. we have a completely different life, right? I have a partner. We're an actor. I'm doing a role with someone, and like, our roles that we fell in love. How do you not get confused?
Dude.
This is where I
think about that all the time.
I'd be confused.
But the thing is, like, what are you gonna do? Date every one of your fucking co-stars? You eventually have to. Yeah, some do.
Some do.
I mean, this is the classic Brad and Angelina on Mr. and Mrs. Smith, where he fell in love on the movie. Some do, but it's like eventually you have to like get a hold of yourself.
Yes, I'd be very confused. Like,
and like genuinely. You're making out with. Like,
your fake sex, you're like fake having sex.
It's like, my God, how can your emotions not get tied up into that?
I don't know.
It's gotta be tough.
But I would be very like intrigued to like be in that situation to know, it's like, how do you, to be a really good actor, you have to like obviously fully encompass like that role, right? So like you have to really be in it, but then do you not like fall for your partner?
Yeah, that would be really hard. And not only that, I think too, it's like, you have to think about this in Hollywood. Like, that's unprofessionalism if you can't get in a role and not fall in love. Like, you get what I'm saying? If you're able to execute like a role that good and walk away, like, I think that's like a top-notch actor.
100%.
So I think in Hollywood, there probably too is some pressure to not do that. Because like, when you're jumping on every movie, hooking up and dating every single person, like in Hollywood, it's not a good look.
It's not good.
It's not good.
You shouldn't be doing that.
So in Hollywood, I think it's like kind of discouraged, in
maybe
a way.
And that probably helps the idea.
It probably helps the idea, like, oh, well, we don't want to come out dating now because that's like corny. You know what I mean?
For sure.
You know what
and the thing is, like, I know there's like intimacy coordinators.
Johnny and Amber, the Rum Diaries.
Oh,
that's how they wasn't it the Rum Diaries?
You guys, there's been many situations, but yeah, like, and I know there's intimacy coordinators, and I know like that, but that's during like sex scenes and stuff like that, and more like intimate settings. But it's like, how do you not internally, as you're acting this role out, you're supposed to be in love with your partner, how do you not feel some things?
A lot of couples, like, their partner will come to set,
which honestly is probably great.
It probably is
to keep you accountable. Hey, bitch, I'm seeing you.
It probably is.
I see you.
I see you, girl.
I see you.
Yeah,
that's. I don't know. I feel like it'd be really hard. We only have 10 minutes left.
Okay, so let's move on. Jerry Springer passed away at 79 of pancreatic cancer. So sad.
You know, that's so sad.
It is so
because
sad.
It's like, I remember the iconic Jerry. Like, I remember those times. And I would watch Jerry Springer.
Me too.
When I was very young, I'd be watching.
Watched a lot of Jerry Springer. It's my culture.
And what culture is that exactly?
Jerry Springer's my culture, guys. They say white people don't have culture. Then what is
Jerry Springer? And what is who else? Judge Judy. What's Judge Judy?
What is Judge Judy? Huh? That daytime TV? That's a culture. That is Maury. That was another big one.
Dr.
You
Phil.
Are the Father, Dr. Phil.
No, they have like honestly iconic moments.
Do you guys know that whenever I was canceled, Dr. Phil asked me to come on the show to address everything?
Oh, I completely forgot about this.
I still have the email. They sure did. I was invited on Dr. Phil. And you know what I said? I said, you know what? Okay. I'm just kidding. I said,
Laura, what the fuck?
I swear to God. And I literally was like, have y'all lost your fucking mind?
They lost their goddamn minds.
They lost their goddamn mind. But I appreciate the hustle of it all. Like,
For sure. And that's what shows. Like, that's what showrunners do.
That's what they're do. Yep, they sure did.
They're gonna look around and find like moments that are happening.
Imagine I come back to YouTube. I'm on Dr. Phil.
You know, I'd be tuning in.
No, you would probably honest. You are canceled. That would have been Dr. Phil. I would have had Gabriel, you, and Nikita on there too. Line us up.
Boom. Cancel. No, we would have literally, it would be like a shot of like a gavel would be like, boom. And then it would be like red marks over our face with like a big
an X. I'll give you guys something to watch. I did.
Oh, y'all want to watch this? We all fight. All four of us fight in the middle of a fucking.
Me and Nikita.
That's what we should have fucking done.
That's what we should have fucking done.
That should have been our comeback from our cancellation.
You know what? That would have been good for us.
Like fucking me and Gabriel battling like this. And I'd be like,
the Latinos are fighting.
The Latinos are fighting. Dude, that would have been so fucking funny.
That would have been good for us.
We took it too far.
This
is what we do, and this is what's happening in the life right now. We took it too far.
But I was truly asked to come on Dr. Phil.
Laura, that is so. I really did not know that.
Yeah,
that's
for the full fam. And
wow, an exclusive.
I said, you know what? My career does look rocky right now, but I don't think Dr. Phil's going to make it better. So I'm going to pass.
If anything, it would have made it worse.
Yeah, honestly, it probably would have been worse.
I think that he could have made it a worse situation, to be quite honest.
Me too. Oh my God, let's talk about the girl from the baseball game.
Oh my God, yes, that'll be our last topic.
Yes,
okay. Agreed.
Okay, let's jump into this. So you guys saw the viral clip of the girl. It wasn't Dodgers.
She was at a game.
It was at a baseball game.
She was at a baseball game.
And she was taking selfies and filming herself, which is something that I would do at a game the entire time.
And honestly, like, there's nothing wrong with that either. Like, there's nothing wrong with taking selfies.
She looks cute as fuck.
Astros game. You guys, there's something about the live, you getting us together in the moment is sickening.
We're gonna have to do this more.
Seriously. Okay, I love that. So it was an Astros game, and it was was it Jackie?
Jackie.
So she was like doing a full like, little like production of her.
Jackie
like,
La Bonita.
Doing a thing. And the girls behind her, that clip, it gagged me.
The way those girls were so fucking mean. And
foul.
They tried to play it off like they were in the video with
They're
her.
Like,
they're like, look at this person taking a picture of herself. She's a fucking loser. And I'm like, no, you're a fucking loser. I'm sorry. Why is she?
It's giving Mean Girls.
It's beyond Mean Girls.
It's giving Mean
this
Girls. This
would have literally been me if they were behind me making fun.
What'd you done?
Excuse me.
What was that?
Excuse me, ma'am.
What was that?
Literally on my TikTok. Excuse me.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Are you new here?
Are you new?
Are you new here? You guys, in this day and age, that's so normal.
Literally.
Their apology video?
Oh, girl. They literally.
I didn't know it could be worse for them.
The video was so stupid. I didn't think it could be worse.
I didn't think it could be worse, but they made it worse.
Oh my God, you guys. A joke.
I didn't think it could be worse.
I just don't understand how they can deny bullying when you're on camera bullying.
The way they were like, she edited that to be the editing is what really got me. I'm like, girl, she would have nothing to edit if you guys weren't acting like bitches.
Literally.
She would have nothing. She would have nothing to edit if you guys weren't giving that. There was like this term when I did reality TV, and they were like, if you don't put it to film, they have nothing to use it for. So it's like if you like they'll blame it on the edit.
If you're not an asshole to begin with,
then they can't edit you to be an asshole.
Just blame it on the edit. Remember,
blame it on the edit. You're the one who said it. Like it's literally like you cannot say like, oh well, it was just edited that way. It's like maybe that's how you were, and you just got caught up.
It's very interesting to me how the girls thought that they were just going to be so slick being assholes, and then it ended up getting like 70 million views and aired on national TV.
That gagged me. Okay, do you know what's funny? So when we were doing an episode on the podcast, we were talking about cancel culture, and you can't like really be canceled if you're not relevant. Yeah. This is an example of it actually happening.
I was about to say, you know what? I thought about that myself.
Me too.
Because you know how me and Manny were always like, well, you can't get a good cancellation unless you're relevant. Like no one's gonna pick somebody that has 10,000 followers and blow it up to national news, right? Like we always say that. But then what is this?
An outlier.
This is
it doesn't happen often, but you guys, it does happen.
She got canceled from her job.
No, she didn't. The Mean Girls did?
I heard they did, and then someone here just said it right here.
You guys, if you guys know more about the story, if they got
weren't
fired,
relevant.
tell me,
they were just mean.
They were just rude.
And the Jackie girl also wasn't famous or
anything.
And
the gag is Miss Jackie was like, she even did a video after that was like, you guys, like, I've seen I've seen what's going on. And she I think she genuinely felt bad for the girls and the things that were happening to them.
Right.
But the gag is the girls were still trying to gaslight and to being like, she caused all of this. And it's like, no, babe.
No.
Y'all caused all of it. You just got caught up.
You got caught up, boo. You got caught up.
Daniel said sometimes the bullies must be bullied. And there's something about that that's very true.
I feel like the universe works in very interesting
very
ways.
Mysterious and wonderful ways. I couldn't agree more.
People got mad. She still posted photos, but baby, she looked good.
She looks sickening. And honestly, why not?
Why not? She wasn't the one bullying.
Girl, you're at okay, the thing is, dude, I thought it was really annoying. It's just like, well, she's filming us. I'm like, babe, you're in a public space.
Yeah.
You're not in your home.
And y'all were over there leaning in too.
Exactly. Like you can't be mad if you're getting filmed if you're in a public space.
Camera, meaning you knew you were on camera, meaning you were trying to sabotage the footage. And if you didn't want to be filmed, you could simply say, hey, you look cute, boo. Do you mind? I'm sitting right behind you.
See, doing it in that way, Laura, that's so sweet and so nice.
So normal.
And it's all about how you come across some way.
Yeah. Yeah.
The apology was it was a joke.
It wasn't even an apology. It was, we weren't bullying. She did this to us.
She did it to us. She made us act that way.
Yeah. She made.
I ain't ever seen some shit like that.
They did not hire a PR team.
Sure didn't.
They sure didn't.
Sure didn't. And honestly, they should have.
They should have.
And they should have, because that was disgraceful.
That was disgraceful. But, and Jackie deserved better.
She did. She
Justice
really did.
for Jackie.
Justice for Jackie. Jackie ate them up.
She sure did. And
period.
Also, really quickly, Amber Heard is coming to Aquaman.
Yeah.
They're keeping her in.
They're keeping her in the movie. I don't think it's as much as she was in, but she is still in it into some capacity.
Movie. I think that's very fair because it's like, Johnny Depp has got all his stuff back.
Yep.
And she didn't get all of her stuff back, but she got a little bit of her role. And to be honest, from the looks of things, it's probably like one of her last roles for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I'm glad that she has something.
It's something. It's not like she's gonna be, on billboards and all.
For sure, but it's like she has like a little small, like
she has a
very small role.
And I think they probably had to do it somewhat to make the story make sense, I guess.
Amber is allegedly moving to Madrid and leaving Hollywood.
Oh, see, she's out of there. That's what I'm saying. So this was probably like a loose end that she just like closed up for the acting.
Mm-hmm. She's like, it's done.
See, she's quitting acting. So it's like, just let her have
her last moment.
And then it's done.
Leave as is. Honestly, if something like that happened to me at that capacity, I feel like I wouldn't want to quit as well.
Yeah.
Because it's so intense.
I don't know if it's quit or kind of got ran out of Hollywood.
That's what I'm saying.
Were you silent or were you silenced?
I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, what happened to her, she like had to stop or is going to have to stop in some capacity.
Yeah.
Were you silent or were you silenced?
It's kind of one of those, did she quit acting? Or was she acquitted?
Wow.
I don't even know what that word means.
Wow. You guys, so this was our first live on full coverage.
Thank you.
If you guys enjoyed
Daniel for joining us.
Daniel literally was part of the live with us.
I appreciate it.
He was the third full.
We needed the commentary.
Yes. Please give us a little thumbs up if you guys enjoy it. Like a little I see the little thing, there's 500 likes. Give it a little thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. And we definitely would like to do more. I think it'd be really fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, honestly. I really did.
It was
and we'll keep it up. And we're gonna keep it up on our actual channels.
And I feel like we had a little more facts because you guys were helping us out.
I know. Because sometimes we have to when we have to fact check ourselves, we're like, God damn.
Yeah. We're like, we don't fucking know.
We don't fucking know.
And then you're right here telling us everything we need to know. So I kind of live for you guys.
There's something so fun about the live aspect of it that really, really got me
together. Because you guys are the real FBI agents here.
We have some information and you guys have the rest.
Yep. And we're happy to share.
And we love that.
And we love you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. And this will be posted. So don't forget, if you missed some, you can go back and watch the beginning and hear all the tea.
We'll see you guys on our regular episode next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.